One comment I hear all the time is EVs are too expensive and nobody can afford one. Well, if you're thinking of moving to an EV but think you can't afford one, then just keep watching for the next 5 minutes or so. I'm going to give you several options that might just change your mind. And one for the cost of your daily commuting coffee intake in a month. I'm taking a look into leasing an EV in 2026. And here's the big question. Do you go brand new or save serious money by leasing used? Today, we're comparing 3 brand new leased options that I've found against 3 used lease alternatives. And the price gap might actually surprise you, but all of them offer great EV experiences without breaking the bank. Let's start off with the cheapest option. The Dacia Spring Extreme is all about one thing: ultra low-cost EV driving. This is currently one of the cheapest ways to get a brand new electric car. But that is reflected in both the lease price and the overall experience. It's compact, simple and very much designed for urban life, rather than motorway work. Compared to used EV leases, the big advantage here is predictability. You've got full warranty, zero wear and tear worries, and brand new technology. But the trade-off, you've got performance, range and overall refinement are, well behind even older premium EVs. So while it's cheap, it's also very much entry level, but perfect for those that are just after a bargain entry to EV. So let's go through the stats. Okay, so the Dacia Spring, it has a battery capacity of about 24 kilowatt hours, has a range of about 140 miles. Output power, so its brake horsepower is about 100. This car was just under £17,000 when it was new, but on this lease you can get it for £224 a month. Now, for all these cars, I have selected a 3-year lease with 1 month up front to try and keep it as cheap and as uniformed as possible. So this Dacia is a whopping £224 a month, which is an absolute bargain. Our midpoint car is the Geely EX5. This is a really interesting newcomer, a budget-friendly SUV that actually punches above its weight in terms of technology and performance. With a modern platform and up to 160 kilowatts of charging power, it sits much closer to mainstream EVs than the bargain basement options. What you're paying for here in the lease is that new car feel, combined with strong efficiency and decent range. Compared to used EV leases, it's not so much about saving money with this one, it's about getting newer tech and a fresher platform. But again, depreciation is baked into that monthly price. Let's have a look at the stats. So the Geely EX5, this has a bigger battery, this is 60 kilowatt hours, which gives it a range of about 265 to 270 miles. The horsepower of this car is 218 brake horsepower from an SUV. The 0 to 62 is 6.9 seconds. I didn't get a 0 to 62 for the Dacia. Cost new is just under £32,000, but this car is available on a new lease for £332 a month. Again, 3 years, 1 month up front. Okay, so our most expensive car I've chosen is the Skoda Elroq, and it's probably the most well-rounded of the new lease options here. It's a proper family SUV. It's spacious, it's practical, and with strong range options up to 500 kilometers, depending on the spec. Lease deals are already appearing at competitive prices, which shows how aggressively manufacturers are pushing new EVs. Now, compared to used EV leases, this gives you the best platform, better efficiency and a full manufacturer's experience. but you are paying a premium for being the first owner. There are far more expensive EVs out there, but we're looking at value and low cost of ownership here. So let's have a look at the stats. So the Skoda Elroq, this is the top of the range in this category, the most expensive one we're going to look at. This has a battery of 82 kilowatt hours, which gives a whopping 355 mile range. Again, more horsepower. This has got 286 horses under the bonnet or on the drive chain. Its 0 to 62 is a staggering 6.6 seconds, and it costs £39,000 new. Now that's important because this car would not be taxed under the luxury car tax, and it's £396 a month over 3 years with 1 month up front. That's a lot of car for £396. So they are our 3 suggestions for new lease deals. But what if you don't mind having a 2 or a 3-year-old model? Maybe a pre-facelift version. That could save you a stack of cash. Well, let's have a look at used EV leasing. Yes, you heard me correctly. Leasing for cars that have been previously leased. This not only saves you well-earned cash, but is actually more environmentally friendly because you're recycling and reusing those cars and those batteries. Something the ICE lovers hate us to do.
Oh, I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
Let's have a look at the Hyundai Ioniq. This might be one of the older ones, but it's still one of the most efficient EVs ever made. That means in real-world use, it often punches way above its weight, despite a smaller battery. On a used lease, this is where things get interesting. You're paying significantly less per month than a new leased EV, but you're still getting a very usable, proven electric car. The downside, older technology, slower charging compared to newer models, and less wow factor. But if your goal is value for money, this is where used leasing starts to make a lot of sense. So let's have a look at the stats of the Hyundai. Okay, so used lease. So the cheapest one I found was the Hyundai Ioniq. This is a 38 kilowatt battery, which gives you just under 200 miles of range. Now that's not bad considering my MG4 is a 52 kilowatt battery and I only get 200 miles out of that. So this car is very, very efficient on battery power. It's got 136 brake horsepower. 0 to 62 is 9.9 seconds, so a little bit sluggish. It only costs £32,000 new, and on a used lease over 3 years, 1 month up front is a staggering £204. That's it, £204 per month. And the model that I chose had got about 24,000 miles on the clock. So this is probably a 3-year lease car. 24,000 miles is nothing. But for £204, that is an absolute steal. Next up is the Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drive. This is where the used lease market really starts to shine. What was once a premium cutting-edge EV is now available at a much lower monthly cost, but it still feels modern thanks to the over-the-air updates and strong performance. Compared to a new budget EV lease, this is a completely different experience. It's faster, more refined, and with access to Tesla's charging network. But the trade-off is you're stepping into a car that's already depreciated and may have some wear and tear. So the mid-range one is the Tesla Model 3. This has got a 53 kilowatt battery, which gives a staggering 305 miles of range. It's not slow either. It's 240 brake horsepower or 245 brake horsepower. The 0 to 62 is 5.8 seconds. That's quick. It costs £43,000 new, so again, this falls underneath that £45,000 of luxury car tax. and it's £328 a month, which might sound a lot for a used car, but this car is a lot of technology and they last really well. The model that I found had got about 56,000 miles on the clock. These Teslas have been noted to have over 200,000 miles on them and still have above 80% of their battery life, so they really do last. And finally, our most expensive pre-leased car, it's the Audi e-tron, and it's the perfect example of why used EV leasing can be so compelling. This was a high-end luxury SUV when it was new, and it still feels like one now. The interior quality, the comfort and refinement are just on a completely different level compared to most new budget EVs. On a used lease, you're effectively getting a premium car for mid-range money. The downside, efficiency isn't as strong as some of the newer EVs now, and the range can be lower than expected. But if comfort and presence, and it has a presence on the road, matter more outright than efficiency, then this is a serious contender for you. This car looks the part on the highway. So let's go and have a look at the stats at the Audi. Okay, so the most expensive used leased car I found was the Audi e-tron. There were far more expensive cars, but I've tried to keep it under £400 per month. So this car has got a huge 95 kilowatt battery. However, it only does 261 miles. So it's nowhere near as efficient as the Hyundai or the Tesla. But that might be because it's got a staggering 408 brake horsepower drive. It's not as fast as the BYD Seal. That comes in at 520 brake horsepower, but this thing is still rapid. But the 0 to 62 is disappointing at only 6.9 seconds. So it's got a lot of power, it just can't put it down. Now, this car cost £81,000 new. So this car will be subject to the luxury car tax that is imposed on all new cars up to their 5th birthday. So if this is a 3-year-old car, you've got another 2 years of paying the luxury car tax. It does cost just under £400 a month at £398, but it's got low mileage. It's only done 24,000 miles. The car looks amazing on the road as well. So here's the real takeaway. Leasing a brand new EV gives you peace of mind, latest tech, zero history, but leasing used, that's where the value is. You can jump up 1 or even 2 classes of car for the same monthly price. The real question is, do you want new or do you want more car for your money? Just consider what you could be driving whilst you're drinking your next daily commuting coffee. If this video was useful to you, please like and subscribe, help me grow the channel. It really does help me, and I do appreciate every single one of you that comments and likes and subscribes. So in the comments below, let me know, do you lease your vehicle at the moment? Why do you lease it? And would you lease another one? And if so, tell me which. My car's got 2 years left on the lease and then it's up, and I'm looking now at what's available. So in this video, you can go and watch my review of the BYD Seal. This is a 520 brake horsepower car that I had for a week. Go and watch it and see what I really thought about it. No holds barred. And on that note, I'll see you in the video.